go to the link that's been sent to me? Yeah, yeah, you could do. Yeah, go forward. Because it'll come up on the video.
Yeah.
So now we're going to.
I like to drive here because the bike's knackered. And I was like,
Click on that.
what are you clicking on?
Yeah, yeah. So I can see you. Now, did you talk into the mic at all?
I didn't talk into the mic, I tapped the mic and it's working.
Okay. We can get ready to do a bit of music as well. Testing, testing. Oh, hang on.
That's fine.
Is that right? It's not coming through the speakers, is it?
Oh, is it not?
No, it's coming through this.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it's coming through. Yeah. It is coming
I thought it was.
through. Which doesn't seem to be coming through the speakers. The sound's down on that. So that should be right round to that white. To the there. Okay, should we try that one again? Testing, 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 1, 2, 3.
That's really loud.
Okay. So if you would like to play some music now, thanks, Mark. Albums, yep.
Essence of Good Fortune, Songs of Good Fortune.
Now, be aware that
Yeah, I know there's different ones, isn't there?
there's a lot of different
So which is Essence of Good Fortune,
I think
Songs
it's
of
the
Good
start.
Fortune.
O blessed one.
But you had the sound up in there, didn't you?
I think if you, right, get ready to turn it down, turn the sound down.
Shakyamuni Buddha. Bestower of supreme inner peace, you who love all beings without exception, are the source of happiness and goodness, and you guide us to the liberating path. Your body is a wish-fulfilling jewel. Your speech is supreme purifying nectar, and your mind is refuge for all living beings. With folded hands I turn to you, supreme unchanging friend. I request from the depths of my heart, please give me the light of your wisdom to dispel the darkness of my mind, and to heal my mental continuum. Please with an unceasing banquet of delight through your.
So what did you do? How did you do
Right.
that?
I'm a bit wary of showing this.
Okay, do it
It's
afterwards.
just another stage.
Do it afterwards.
Yeah. I think we're on to a good wicket. We're okay. Yeah.
Hello, ladies. Hello. You alright, Joanne? Hello. You okay? You know, I'm wearing jumpers in June. I've got a thermal vest on.
It was a bit cold. In Christmas.
Meant to be end of May, isn't it? For you.
You know Leslie?
But
You
yeah.
know Leslie
It's
and
just the way you are,
Joe's
yeah.
Joe's struggling badly.
Hello.
Leslie back up
Yeah.
today.
Job.
So prayers for Joe. And for Leslie and family. She can't.
Yeah.
She can't teach tomorrow, which is her biggest concern. Her biggest upset really, the fact she can't. She loves teaching. Oh, isn't it?
You do, yeah.
Just what we're doing tonight. Related to. I'm sure we are. You okay? Come on, the cookie smells good. Oh, being in the camera.
Oh, you know, if you go onto our YouTube page,
Yes.
there's stuff on there you can watch, you know. Oh, okay.
Blessed One, Shakyamuni Buddha, precious treasury of compassion, bestower of supreme inner peace, you who love all beings without exception, are the source of happiness and goodness, and you guide us to the liberating path. Your body is a wish-fulfilling jewel. Your speech is supreme purifying nectar, and your mind is refuge for all living beings. With folded hands I turn to you, supreme unchanging friend. I request from the depths of my heart, please give me the light of your wisdom to dispel the darkness of my mind, and to heal my mental continuum. Please nourish me with your goodness, that I in turn may nourish all beings with an unceasing banquet of delight. Through your compassionate intention, your blessings and virtuous deeds, and my strong wish to rely upon you, may all suffering quickly cease, and all happiness and joy be fulfilled, and may holy Dhamma flourish forevermore. May the whole ground become completely pure, as level as the palm of a hand, and as smooth as lapis lazuli. May all of space be filled with offerings from gods and men, both set out and imagined, like offerings of thee, O good one. In the space in front, on a lion throne, on a cushion of lotus, sun and moon, sits Buddha Shakyamuni, the essence of all my kind teachers, surrounded by the assembly of direct and indirect gurus, Yidams, Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, heroes, solitary conquerors, heroes, dakinis, and armor protectors. I and all my kind mothers, fearing samsara's torments, turn to Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, the only sources of refuge. From now until enlightenment, to the three jewels we go for refuge. I and all sentient beings, until we achieve enlightenment, go for refuge to Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. I and all sentient beings, until we achieve enlightenment, go for refuge to Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. I and all sentient beings, until we achieve enlightenment, go for refuge to Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. I and all sentient beings, until we achieve enlightenment, go for refuge to Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. I and all sentient beings, until we achieve enlightenment, go for refuge to Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. I and all sentient beings, until we achieve enlightenment, go for refuge to Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. I and all sentient beings, until we achieve enlightenment, go for refuge to Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. Through the virtues I collect by giving and other perfections, may I become a Buddha for the benefit of all. Through the virtues I collect by giving and other perfections, may I become a Buddha for the benefit of all. Through the virtues I collect by giving and other perfections, may I become a Buddha for the benefit of all. From the hearts of all refuge objects, lights and letters stream down and dissolve into myself and all living beings, purifying negative karma and obstructions, increasing our lives, our virtues, and dharma realization. May everyone be happy. May everyone be free from misery. May no one ever be separated from their happiness. May everyone have equanimity, free from hatred and attachment. You, protector of all beings, great destroyer of hosts of demons, please, O Blessed One, Lord of all, come to this place with your retinue. With my body, speech, and mind, humbly I prostrate, and make offerings both set out and imagined. I confess my wrong deeds from all time, and rejoice in the virtues of all. Please stay until samsara ceases, and turn the wheel of Dharma for us. I dedicate all virtues to great enlightenment. The ground sprinkled with perfume and spread with flowers, the great mountain for land, sun, and moon, seen as a Buddha land and offered thus. May all beings enjoy such pure lands. I offer without any sense of loss the objects that give rise to my attachment, hatred, and confusion, my friends, enemies, and strangers, our bodies and enjoyments. Please accept these and bless me to be released directly from the three poisons. Idam Guru Ratna Mandalakam Niryatayami. So now, my most kind root Guru, please sit on the lotus and moon on my crown, and grant me out of your great kindness your body, speech, and mind's attainments. I make request to you, Buddha Shakyamuni, whose body comes from countless virtues, whose speech fulfills the hopes of mortals, whose mind sees clearly all existence. I make request to you, Gurus of the lineage of extensive deeds, Venerable Maitreya, noble Sangha Vasubandhu, and all the other precious teachers who have revealed the path of vastness. I make request to you, Gurus of the lineage of profound view, Venerable Manjushri, Nagarjuna, Chandrakirti, and all the other precious teachers who have revealed the most profound path. I make request to you, Gurus of the lineage of secret mantra, Conqueror Vajradhara, Tilopa, and Naropa, and all the other precious teachers who have revealed the path of Tantra. I make request to you, Gurus of the old Kadam lineage, the second Buddha, Tisha, Drum, Tompa, Geshe, Potawa, and all the other precious teachers who have revealed the union of vast and profound paths. I make request to you, Gurus of the new Kadam lineage, Venerable Tsongkhapa, Jampa, Gyatso, Kedrupje, and all the other precious teachers who have revealed the union of Sutra and Tantra. I make request to you, Venerable Khalsang Gyatso, protector of a vast ocean of living beings, unequal teacher of the paths to liberation and enlightenment, who accomplish and explain everything that was revealed by the fourth deliverer of this fortunate eon. I make request to you, my kind precious teacher, who care for those with uncontrolled minds, untamed by all the previous Buddhas, as if they were fortunate disciples. Please pour down your inspiring blessings upon myself and all my mothers, so that we may quickly stop all perverse minds, from disrespect for our kind teacher, to the most subtle jewel appearance. Please pour down your inspiring blessings, so that we may quickly generate pure minds, from respect for our kind teacher, to the supreme mind of union. Please pour down your inspiring blessings, to pacify all outer and inner obstructions. Please pour down your inspiring blessings upon myself and all my mothers, so that we may quickly stop all perverse minds, from disrespect for our kind teacher, to the most subtle jewel appearance. Please pour down your inspiring blessings, so that we may quickly generate pure minds, from respect for our kind teacher, to the supreme mind of union. Please pour down your inspiring blessings, to pacify all outer and inner obstructions. Please pour down your inspiring blessings upon myself and all my mothers, so that we may quickly stop all perverse minds, from disrespect for our kind teacher, to the most subtle jewel appearance. Please pour down your inspiring blessings, so that we may quickly generate pure minds, from respect for our kind teacher, to the supreme mind of union. Please pour down your inspiring blessings, to pacify all outer and inner obstructions. From the hearts of all the holy beings, streams of light and nectar flow down, granting blessings and purifying. The path begins with strong reliance on my kind teacher, source of all good. Oh, bless me with this understanding to follow him with great devotion. This human life with all its freedoms extremely rare, with so much meaning. Oh, bless me with this understanding all day and night to seize its essence. My body like a water bubble decays and dies so very quickly. After death come results of karma, just like the shadow of a body. With this firm knowledge and remembrance, bless me to be extremely cautious, always avoiding harmful actions and gathering abundant virtue. Samsara's pleasures are deceptive, give no contentment, only torment. So please bless me to strive sincerely to gain the bliss of perfect freedom. Oh, bless me so that from this pure thought come mindfulness and greatest caution, to keep as my essential practice the doctrine's root, the Pratimoksha. Just like myself, all my kind mothers are drowning in samsara's ocean. Oh, so that I may soon release them, bless me to train in bodhicitta. But I cannot become a Buddha by this alone, without three ethics. So bless me with the strength to practice the Bodhisattva's ordination, by pacifying my distractions and analyzing perfect meanings. Bless me to quickly gain the union of special insight and quiescence. When I become a pure container through common paths, bless me to enter the essence practice of good fortune, the supreme vehicle Vajrayana. The two attainments both depend on my sacred vows and my commitments. Bless me to understand this clearly and keep them at the cost of my life. By constant practice in 4 sessions, the way explained by holy teachers. Oh, bless me to gain both the stages which are the essence of the Tantras. May those who guide me on the good path and my companions all have long lives. Bless me to pacify completely all obstacles, outer and inner. May I always find perfect teachers and take delight in holy Dhamma. accomplish your grounds and pass swiftly and gain the state of Vajradhara. And so we can meditate. So Venerable Geshe-la writes, of all Dharma realizations, bodhicitta is supreme. This profoundly compassionate mind is the very essence of Buddha Dharma. Developing the good heart of bodhicitta enables us to perfect all our virtues, solve all our problems, fulfill all our wishes, and develop the power to help others in the most appropriate and beneficial ways. Bodhicitta is the best friend we can have and the highest quality we can develop. Through the power of his bodhicitta, Atisha was able to bring great joy and happiness to everyone he met, and whatever he did was of benefit to others. So, contemplating this, we make the determination that from our heart of compassion, we make the determination to develop the mind of bodhicitta, the mind that seeks enlightenment for the benefit of others. So we become like Atisha. We become able to bring great joy and happiness to everyone you meet. Whatever you do is of benefit to others. And in the process, you bring great joy and happiness to yourself. There's no more joyful thing to do than to bring great joy and benefit to others. So meditate on the determination. Whatever else I do in this life, I will strive to develop the mind of bodhicitta. The mind that seeks enlightenment in order to be able to benefit other living beings.
Thank you. The root text. With the intention to attain the ultimate supreme goal that surpasses even the wish-granting jewel, may I constantly cherish all living beings. Whenever I associate with others, may I view myself as the lowest of all, and with a perfect intention, may I cherish others as supreme. Examining my mental continuum throughout all my actions, as soon as the delusion of self-cherishing develops, whereby I or others would act inappropriately, may I firmly face it and avert it. Whenever I see unfortunate beings oppressed by evil and violent suffering, may I cherish them as if I had found a rare and precious treasure. Even if someone I have helped, and of whom I had great hopes, nevertheless harms me intentionally, may I see him or her as my holy spiritual guide. When others out of jealousy or anger harm me or insult me, may I take defeat upon myself and offer them the victory. In short, may I directly and indirectly offer help and happiness to all my mothers, and secretly take upon myself all their harm and suffering. Furthermore, through all the above practices, together with a mind undefiled by stains of conceptions of the eight extremes, and that sees all phenomena as illusory, may I and all living beings be released from the bondage of mistaken appearance and conception. Page 269. The precious mind of bodhicitta has two parts: developing bodhicitta, enhancing bodhicitta. So page 185, developing bodhicitta. Although we have developed superior great compassion, the spontaneous wish to take the sufferings of all living beings upon ourselves, we understand that despite our strong desire to protect all living beings, we do not have the power to do so at present. So have we developed superior great compassion? You just got to keep reminding ourselves that that's what is an underlying intention. You know, most of the time our intentions are about getting through the day. To try and, not cause ourselves, too much bother, or try and find some peace and happiness throughout the day, and not cause too much harm to other people. But do we have this superior great compassion? Does it appear in our minds? Do we have a strong desire to protect all living beings? Yes? No? I mean, we just have to examine our own minds. No one can do this for you. No one can question what stage you're at, what level you're at. It's just we're on a process. Maybe we're just at the beginning of this whole process of putting our toe in the water of cherishing others. But that's fine. It will develop into something until we get to this stage. I mean, Geshe is just sketching out with this beautiful poem the process that if we follow it logically, we will end up becoming an enlightened being. Just as one drowning person cannot save another, no matter how fervently he or she may wish to do so, likewise, it is only when we have freed ourselves from suffering and mental limitations that we are able to free others. So how would we know if we freed ourselves from suffering and mental limitations? How would you know? You'd be happy all the time. Yeah? Because suffering and happiness are opposites. So if we're happy all the time, we're not suffering. If we ask ourselves who has the actual power to protect all living beings, we will realize it is only a Buddha. Only a Buddha is free from all faults and limitations and has both the omniscient wisdom and the skill to help each and every living being in accordance with his or her individual needs and dispositions. So, like Geshe Kelsang, all the decisions that Geshe Kelsang makes are intended for when he's interacting with one person. He's encouraging them to do something or putting them in a particular position that will not only benefit them, but will benefit many other people as well. So he's thinking not just for individuals, but he's thinking in the grand scheme of things. And it's like we're all just little. If we have faith in Venerable Geshe, we can be like one of his pawns on his kind of global chessboard. Yeah, so he's moving us around in different places in order to bring both benefit to ourselves and to other people. And eventually, if we stick on the board for long enough, we'll actually get to the other side and become a queen, or a knight, or a castle, or whatever. And we'll attain enlightenment. Only a Buddha has reached the shore of enlightenment and is in a position to release all mother beings from the cruel ocean of samsara. So how do they do this? How do Buddhas release all living beings from the cruel ocean of samsara? Blessings and emanations, yes. What kind of emanations? Spiritual guides and? Sorry? Everything else we need. In particular, what do we need most? Teachers, yeah, and what are you holding in your hand? Dharma books and Dharma centers. Yeah. So Geshe didn't do all these things himself. He just emanated them with the power of his own mind. They just appear. He causes them to appear in our world. And someone asks him, what are we going to do when you've passed away? Where will we get guidance then? And his answer is in the books, from the books. The text in these books is Geshe's speech. Yeah. So the process of listening means reading also. Not just listening to Dharma teachings, with our ears, but reading and contemplating and meditating. Enlightenment is the inner light of wisdom that is permanently free from all mistaken appearance, and whose function is to bestow mental peace upon each and every living being every day. So you should learn that definition of enlightenment. You can get it, write it on your wrist if you like. Enlightenment is the inner light of wisdom that is permanently free from all mistaken appearance. What kind of wisdom would that be? A wisdom that's free from mistaken appearance. Wisdom that realizes emptiness directly, not just through a generic image, but directly. When we attain a Buddhist enlightenment, we will be able to benefit each and every living being directly through bestowing blessings and through our countless emanations. If we consider this deeply, bodhicitta will arise naturally in our mind. We contemplate. I want to protect all living beings from suffering, but in my present limited state, I have no power to do this, because it is only a Buddha who has such power. I must become a Buddha as quickly as possible. So, implicitly what we're saying, I must develop the mind of bodhicitta. First of all, aspiring bodhicitta. I aspire to become an enlightened being. And then engaging bodhicitta, engaging in the actual actions and practices that will inevitably lead us to that same state, which is the practice of the 6 perfections. But also in Tantra, maintaining our tantric vows and commitments. So we can generate ourselves as an enlightened deity with generation stage, and then with completion stage, we can meditate on channels, winds and drops, and thereby overcome subtle mistaken appearance, not just gross mistaken appearance, overcome subtle mistaken appearance. You can overcome gross mistaken appearance with sutra, but in order to overcome subtle mistaken appearance, you need to practice Tantra. We meditate on this determination single-pointedly, again and again, until we develop the spontaneous wish to attain enlightenment, to benefit each and every living being directly. So we need to have this precious mind of bodhicitta in our heart. It is our inner spiritual guide who leads us directly to the state of supreme happiness of enlightenment, and it is the real wish-fulfilling jewel through which we can fulfill our own and others' wishes. There is no greater beneficial intention than this. So if we were to have this mind, you can imagine the joy that comes from this. You're thinking, now I'm using my life in order to be able to be of real benefit to other living beings. The moment I haven't got that much power, and often when I try to help other people, I cause them more problems. Yeah. And often my process of wanting to help others is tinged with attachment too. Attachment to my own welfare. But when our mind becomes completely pure and free from worldly concerns, and we begin to have this powerful wish to attain enlightenment, to really be able to benefit others, that's our main wish. Everything else just falls into place. Because we realize what we have to accomplish. When we want a cup of tea, our main wish is to drink tea, but to fulfill this, we naturally develop the secondary wish to find a cup. In a similar way, the main wish of those who have great compassion is to protect all living beings from their suffering. But to fulfill this wish, they know that they must first attain Buddhahood themselves, and so they naturally develop the secondary wish to attain enlightenment. Just as finding a cup is the means to accomplish our goal of drinking tea, so attaining enlightenment is the means to accomplish our ultimate goal of benefiting all living beings. So it's not as if we're striving to attain enlightenment because it'd be really cool and everyone would look up to us and think, oh, what a great being. Milarepa was just an old man, a dirty old man. I mean, dirty in the sense of being filthy. And his skin turns green because he was just eating nettles and he's lying around in a cave. And so when anyone comes to look at him, this is a Buddha, this is... So, and yet he's developing this power. He's in this cave developing this power to attain enlightenment, so he can then bring great benefit to. So when he comes out the cave and then he starts to give teachings, they're extraordinary. Songs of Milarepa. So when you come out of your cave, you'll be extraordinary too. At the moment, at first, our bodhicitta will be artificial or fabricated bodhicitta, arising only when we make a special effort to generate it. The best way to transform this into spontaneous bodhicitta is to gain deep familiarity with it through continual practice. As most of our time is spent out of meditation, it is vital we make use of every opportunity to improve our virtuous minds during our daily life. We need to make our meditation sessions and meditation breaks mutually supportive. During a meditation session, we may experience a peaceful state of mind, develop many virtuous intentions, but if we forget them all as soon as we arise from meditation, we will not be able to solve our daily problems of anger, attachment, and ignorance, nor make progress in our spiritual practice. We must learn to integrate our spiritual practice into our daily activities so that day and night we can maintain the peaceful states of mind and pure intentions that we developed in meditation. So this is the whole, one of the main motivations behind Geshe's teachings, Geshe's presentations of Buddha Dharma. You keep saying it's Dharma for busy people. We don't have the time to sit in meditation all day. So we can do a little bit of meditation, then we're out and about. We need to be able to use the out and about as part of our spiritual journey. At the moment, we may find that our meditations and our daily life are pulling in different directions. This is very common. Yeah? often we're in a relationship that we want to practice Dharma, but we want to spend time in our relationship as well. And yeah, so it's a question of finding some balance. The issue is also, can we use the relationship to develop minds of cherishing love, wishing love, compassion, bodhicitta? In meditation, we try to generate virtuous minds, but because we cannot stop thinking about our other activities, our concentration is very poor. The virtuous feelings we do manage to develop are then quickly dissipated in the busyness of daily life, and we return to our meditation seat tired, tense, and filled with distracting thoughts. Is this familiar? We can overcome this problem by transforming all our daily activities and experiences into the spiritual path through developing special ways of thinking. Have you studied universal compassion? Yeah? Do you remember in Geshe Shikawa saying there are two activities, one at the beginning and one at the end? What are they?
Intention and dedication.
My hearing's very...
Intention and dedication.
Yes. Generating correct intention. So it's going for refuge and developing bodhicitta, and then dedicating the merit generated by your activity. So, you're going to cook a meal. You prepare your mind by generating the correct motivation, going for refuge, generating bodhicitta. May everyone benefit from this meal. Go cook the whole thing, and then afterwards dedicate your merit. And you can do the same before you go to work. And then when you come home, just dedicate your merit. So in that way, if you, particularly with the first generating correct intention, you're ensuring that what comes next, your work becomes a spiritual practice. Yeah. And every activity, just like washing the dishes, becomes a spiritual practice. Who knew? If you think about it, everybody wants to... You won't be any dishes left in the sink, ever. Activities such as cooking, working, talking, and relaxing are not intrinsically mundane. They are mundane only if done with a mundane mind. By doing exactly the same actions with a spiritual motivation, they become pure spiritual practices. For example, when we talk to our friends, our motivation is usually mixed with self-cherishing, and we say whatever comes into our head, regardless of whether or not it is beneficial. We can, however, talk to others with the sole purpose of benefiting them, encouraging them to develop positive states of mind, and taking care not to say anything that will upset them. Instead of thinking about how we can impress people, we should think about how we can help them. So wishing to impress people is self-cherishing. Thinking about how we can help them is cherishing them. Recalling how they are trapped in samsara and lack pure happiness. In this way, talking with our friends can become a means of improving our love, compassion, and other Mahayana realizations. If we can skillfully transform all our daily activities in this way, Instead of feeling drained and tired when we sit down to meditate, we will feel joyful and inspired, and it will be easy to develop pure concentration. I've talked about the two little girls who came to my Dharma centre in Scotland, who reported that they loved meditating so much they just can't stop meditating. Developing great compassion is the main or substantial cause of generating bodhicitta. So without great compassion, we can't develop bodhicitta. It's the main cause. Without the main cause, you can't create the effect. Bodhicitta is the effect of great compassion. It is like the seed of bodhicitta. To enable this seed to grow, we also need the cooperative conditions of accumulating merit, purifying negativity, and receiving the blessings of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. How do we receive the blessings of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas? Ask for them? When do we ask for them? In pujas. So come to pujas. Particularly offering to the spiritual guide and melodious drum and hundreds of deities of the joyful path at 8:15. And purifying negativity. How do you purify negativity? 35 confession Buddhas at 7:15 on a Monday and Thursday. Accumulate merit. How do you accumulate merit? Yes, making offerings in the meditation room in particular. Any virtuous action will create merit. If we gather all these causes and conditions together, it is not difficult to develop bodhicitta. It's not difficult. You've got it in writing right here. It is not difficult. All you need to do is do all those things. Sell your house. Do all these things. Sell your car, go to Brazil, get the highest Yoga Tantra empowerment. Enhancing bodhicitta. Once we have the sincere wish to release all living beings from the prison of samsara, it's not difficult to develop the wish to become enlightened for their sake. To maintain and enhance this wish until it transforms into spontaneous bodhicitta, however, is much more difficult. This is because as soon as we finish our meditation session, we usually become distracted by our daily affairs and forget the virtuous intentions we developed during those meditations. Well, just check tonight. When you go out, ask yourself, can I remember what we were talking about during this session? One way to sustain our bodhicitta experience in our daily life is to keep the precepts of aspiring bodhicitta. To take these precepts, we first generate the mind of bodhicitta, and then in the presence of our spiritual guide, an image of Buddha or a visualized assembly of Buddhas, we repeat after them the following prayer. So this is the Bodhisattva's prayer. O Gurus, Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, please listen to what I now say. from this time forth until I become a Buddha. I will keep even at the cost of my life, a mind wishing to attain complete enlightenment, to free all living beings from the fears of samsara and solitary peace. What is solitary peace? Sorry? Yeah, it's Hinayana practitioners. The problem for Hinayana practitioners, they don't develop bodhicitta. They don't conceive that they can become enlightened. So all they aspire to achieve is a state of permanent and solitary peace. But their minds are just like a stone. Stones are peaceful. There's no movement in their minds. And so bodhicittas wish to free all living beings and take them to enlightenment, including those Hinayana practitioners who have attained this state of solitary peace. So free all living beings from the fears of samsara and solitary peace. Having made this promise, we should always be mindful not to break it, and we should refrain from any actions that cause our bodhicitta to degenerate. The 8 precepts of aspiring bodhicitta, which are the supreme method to maintain and enhance our bodhicitta, are to remember the benefits of bodhicitta 6 times a day, to generate bodhicitta 6 times a day, not to abandon any living being. How do we abandon people?
Sorry, what did you say? What was the question?
How do we abandon people?
By neglect,
Yeah,
turning
yeah.
back.
Not helping them, not wishing for their happiness, not wishing for their freedom from suffering. Doesn't mean to say that we have to see them all the time, but we don't stop wishing for their happiness. To accumulate merit and wisdom, not to cheat or deceive our preceptors or spiritual guides, not to criticize those who have entered the Mahayana, not to cause others to regret their virtuous actions, not to pretend to have good qualities or hide our faults without a special pure intention. So, can you remember the benefits of bodhicitta? 1 would be good. In Joyful Path, on page 459, we have the 10 benefits of bodhicitta. We enter the gateway to the Mahayana. The Mahayana is the great vehicle, and its uncommon feature is this mind of bodhicitta. So as soon as we develop the mind of bodhicitta, we are actually a Mahayanist. This tradition is a Mahayana tradition. And so it's different from a Hinayana tradition in which they don't aspire to bodhicitta. So as soon as we develop this mind of bodhicitta, we become a Mahayanist, but not before. We become a son or daughter of the Buddhas. It's like we become a bodhisattva. We surpass hearers and solitary realizers. These are Hinayana Theravadan practitioners And they have great realizations. They have very high realizations as well. But the depth of experience, the depth of the realizations that are motivated by bodhicitta are much more powerful. It's the mind of bodhicitta that makes them more powerful. We become worthy to receive offerings and prostrations from humans and gods. We easily accumulate a vast amount of merit. So we accumulate merit because all our actions are devoted to the benefit of others. We spend our whole day seeking to benefit others. And so all our actions are virtuous and accumulate vast amounts of positive energy. We quickly destroy powerful negativities. We fulfill all our wishes. And our wishes are not for ourselves, our wishes are for other people. We are free from harm by spirits and so forth. We accomplish all the spiritual grounds and paths. And this is the best of all. We have a state of mind that is the source of peace and happiness for all beings. So all these first 9, I think, are leading up to that 10th one. They give us a state of mind that is the source of peace and happiness for all beings. Now, there's this mind of bodhicitta. It's likened to a magic crystal. It's thought that if you had a magic crystal, you could put it in dirty water and it would purify the water. The same way, if you have someone with a mind of bodhicitta, you can put them down anywhere and they begin to purify the community around them and the area around them. So like a magic crystal.
Can I ask a question? You know the Hinayana practitioners, why don't they want to save all sentient beings? Because surely the compassionate, but why isn't their mind expansive?
Yeah.
Realise that, we should be looking after other people as well as ourselves.
I mean, they have compassion and they have wisdom too. But their view is there is only one enlightened being. And nobody else can attain enlightenment. So it's not something that they can aspire to from their own beliefs. All they're aspiring to is to attain complete liberation from suffering, this state of permanent peace. Yeah. But they don't understand that each person, every living being has the potential to become a Buddha, an awakened one, because we all have the seeds of wisdom and compassion in our deepest level of mind. They never go away. That's the only permanent thing that's about us, that we have that potential.
Do they not see that then? Do they think that they're superior?
Well, they've had different teachings. They haven't had Mahayana teachings in general. And they have, they don't view the Mahayana teachings as authentic Buddha teachings for some reason or other. There's in Meaningful to Behold, there's a discussion that shows how the Mahayanas overcome that view. Some arguments between them, and the Majjhimika Prasangika view of Mahayanas overcomes that view. keep the first two precepts, to remember the benefits of bodhicitta 6 times a day and to generate bodhicitta 6 times a day, we can divide the day into 6 periods of 4 hours, 3 in the daytime and 3 at night. So you have to set your alarms during the midnight. You know, we say the bodhicitta prayer 3 times, don't we? Through the virtues I collect by giving and other perfections, may I become a Buddha for the benefit of all. We say that 3 times. So we've generated bodhicitta 3 times. So if you do that in the morning and again in the evening, you've fulfilled that commitment. At the beginning of each period, we should stop to remember our precepts, go for refuge, and generate bodhicitta. If we find it difficult to wake in the middle of the night, instead of dividing 24 hours into 6 periods, we can divide the daytime into 6 parts. For example, if we normally sleep 6 hours a night, we can divide our day into 6 periods of 3 hours each. Our fabricated bodhicitta is like a clock that needs regular winding up to keep it working. That's a nice analogy. We've got to keep practicing this bodhicitta, otherwise the clock's not going to work. If we remember the benefits of bodhicitta and generate it every 3 or 4 hours, it will never be far from our mind. This practice is an excellent method for gaining deep familiarity with bodhicitta. We need to be skillful in our approach to Dharma practice. It is almost inevitable that there will be times when our meditation does not go well, and it is easy then to become discouraged, thinking that we cannot practice Dharma at all. However, Dharma practice is not just meditation. There are many practices that we can and should do in our everyday life. During the meditation break, once we know what to do, we can then try to put our understanding into practice. For example, whenever we see any living being suffering, we can remember that the only way we can ever remove our own and others' suffering is by attaining Buddhahood. And the main road to Buddhahood is bodhicitta. Remembering the inconceivable benefits of bodhicitta, we should generate it over and over again throughout the day. The third precept, not to abandon any living being, means that we should always be happy to help any person or group of people, even if they have harmed us. Having generated the thought, may I become a Buddha for the benefit of all, if we then exclude those who have harmed us or who dislike us, this way of thinking is the opposite of bodhicitta and will cause our bodhicitta to degenerate. So we don't think, I want to benefit everybody except you. You can just fall down a well for all I care. The fourth precept advises that we need to apply effort in accumulating merit and wisdom. A simple and effective way of increasing our merit is to make offerings to the holy beings. Every day we can make water offerings, even offering 100 bowls a day if we wish, regarding the water as pure nectar. Geshe-la once said, if we understood how much merit we generate by making 100 water offerings, we'd be fighting to make water offerings. We'd be fighting each other to make water offerings. So shall we set out 100 water bowls and video the fighting? We can also make imagined offerings, filling the whole of space with beautiful objects of enjoyment that delight the holy beings. A profound method of increasing our merit is to make mandala offerings. in which we mentally transform all worlds, beings and enjoyments into pure lands, pure beings and pure enjoyments, and offer them to the holy beings. It is also very important to try to make prostrations every day with a mind of deep faith, dedicating all our activities towards the flourishing of holy Dharma. Is a powerful method of increasing our merit or good fortune. These and many other methods for increasing our merit are explained in detail in the book Joyful Path of Good Fortune. The principal way to improve our wisdom is by listening to, reading and contemplating Dharma teachings. So that section is a powerful account of how we should be practicing. Powerful suggestions of what we can do to generate merit. And the more merit we generate, the faster our progress on our spiritual journey. The first 4 precepts are methods to prevent our bodhicitta from degenerating in this life, and the remaining 4 are methods to prevent it from degenerating in future lives. The 5th precept is not to cheat or deceive our preceptors or spiritual guides. Deceiving our spiritual guide is such a negative action that even if we have generated bodhicitta in this life and try to keep the first 4 precepts, we create such heavy karmic obscurations that we will not be able to carry our bodhicitta with us into our next life. Gosh, what a tragedy that would be. Not able to take our bodhicitta into our next life. So the best we can then accomplish is just being a solitary realizer, attaining solitary peace, never experiencing the extraordinary joy of being able to really benefit other people. The 6th precept is not to criticize those who have entered the Mahayana. If out of dislike for the Mahayana we criticize Mahayana teachings, teachers, communities or practitioners, we create the non-virtuous action of abandoning Dharma. This will make it almost impossible in future lives to meet with Mahayana teachers and teachings or to engage in Mahayana practice. The 7th precept is not to cause others to regret their virtuous actions. Since bodhisattvas wish for the happiness of all beings, they are especially delighted when they see people creating virtue, the cause of future happiness. If we cause someone to regret a virtuous action he has performed by telling him that the action was negative or unnecessary, this is contrary to the bodhisattva attitude and will cause our bodhicitta to degenerate. Siddhana was reminding me the other day that Geshe-la once came across someone who was fishing. Instead of criticizing them for killing fish, he asked them how many they'd caught. So we meet people according to our ability to create a relationship with them. If we say, that's a really terrible thing you're doing, how will people react? You'll never be able to teach them anything because they're never going to listen to you again. The 8th precept is to avoid dishonesty and deceit. If with the motivation of deceiving others for our own gain we pretend to have good qualities, realizations or knowledge that we lack, we are not acting out of love or compassion. If we really love living beings, how could we deceive them? The reason a mother never deceives her children is because she loves them. If we are dishonest with others, our love and compassion will become weaker, our bodhicitta will degenerate. It will be very difficult for us to carry our experience of bodhicitta with us into our next life. Moreover, by deceiving other people, we destroy their trust in us, making it very difficult for us to give advice or teach Dharma. For this reason, bodhisattvas consider deceiving others to be one of their main objects of abandonment. Although we should never conceal our faults out of pride or the wish to cheat others, it is generally unskillful to declare them in public. Even though we may be sincerely trying to control our mind and live a virtuous life, we will probably not always be successful. But if without good reason we tell everyone about our failings, this may discourage those who look up to us as a good example. In this respect, we should generally follow the customs of the society in which we live, maintaining a humble, unpretentious manner, but not drawing unnecessary attention to ourselves with public confessions of our faults. If someone points out a fault in us and there is some benefit in confessing to it, we should of course do so honestly. But generally we do not need to go out of our way to draw attention to either our virtues or our faults. Instead of declaring our faults in public, we can confess them privately to the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. By keeping these 8 precepts purely, we prevent our wish to attain enlightenment for the sake of others from degenerating in this and future lives. Our fabricated bodhicitta will grow steadily stronger and more stable, and eventually it will transform into spontaneous bodhicitta. With such a precious mind, all our actions will bring us closer to enlightenment. So we can stop there.
Discussion 1, we've got Michelle and Mark and me too. So then I thought, Helen and Eddie, you haven't been to the last one, we put you together and share and Sudan and England different parties who aren't here, so I'll put you
Do we have a meditation for next week? Sorry? Generating body. What's the pointing out instructions? How do we get to that determination to... Sorry? Thinking of the benefits. And then by contemplating the benefits, we strengthen our determination to attain bodhicitta. Good. Can someone write that down and send it out?
I don't know, it's not mine. No. No, I'm making little notes myself. Someone else can. I do that. No, I'm not doing it. Someone else can do that, please. That's rude.
So everyone has access to the FP group, right? Yes? Yeah. So just one person to volunteer to write down the meditation and send it round.
Is that you going to do that?
Not for the rest of my life, like, but I'm keeping this one out tonight.
Maybe do that once for the rest of your life. Commitment.
So well, Eddie can do it this week and someone else next week.
Yeah, we'll just take the turn.
Okay. And will you prepare from page 193 to the end of...
Prepare to the end of the chapter, did you say?
193 to the end of the chapter.
Do you think we'll finish this before the Summer Festival?
No. There's another 57 pages of ultimate bodhicitta. That would take years.
I was doing a practice for the week.
Yeah. What will that be?
The thought and I thought the two activities, one at the beginning and one at the end. Set your intention. Set your intention in the morning or whatever, and then dedicate it.
And accumulate merit with the methods mentioned there. Page. Come to pujas, yes. So it'll be amazing tomorrow morning when 9 people showing up to puja. Okay.
O Blessed One. Om Muni Muni Maha Muni Soha. Om Muni Muni Maha Muni Soha. Through the virtues I have collected, by practicing the stages of the path, may all living beings find the opportunity to practice in the same way. However many living beings there are, experiencing mental and physical suffering, May their suffering cease through the power of my merit, and may they find everlasting happiness and joy. May every one experience the happiness of humans and gods, and quickly attain enlightenment, so that samsara is finally extinguished. For the benefit of all living beings as extensive as space, may I attain great wisdom like that of Manjushri, great compassion like that of Avalokiteshvara, great power like that of Vajrapani. The Buddha Dhamma is the supreme medicine that relieves all mental pain. So may this precious Dhamma jewel pervade all worlds throughout space. May there arise in the minds of all living beings great faith in Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha, and thus may they always receive the blessings of the three precious gems. May there never arise in this world the miseries of incurable disease, famine, or war, or the dangers of earthquakes, fires, floods, storms, and so forth. May all mother beings meet precious teachers, who reveal the stages of the path to enlightenment, and through engaging in this path, may they quickly attain the ultimate peace of full enlightenment. Through the blessings of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, the truth of actions and their effects, and the power of my pure superior intention, may all my prayers be fulfilled. So that the tradition of Tsongkhapa, the king of the Dhamma, may flourish. May all obstacles be pacified, and may all favorable conditions abound. Through the two collections of myself and others, gathered throughout the three times, may the doctrine of Conqueror Losandrapa flourish forevermore. Tsongkhapa, crown ornament of the scholars of the Land of the Snows. You are Buddha Shakyamuni and Vajradhara, the source of all attainments. Avalokiteshvara, the treasury of unobservable compassion. Manjushri, the supreme stainless wisdom. And Vajrapani, the destroyer of the hordes of martyrs. O venerable Guru Buddha, synthesis of all three truths, with my body, speech, and mind, respectfully I make request. Please grant your blessings to ripen and liberate myself and others, and bestow the common and supreme attainments. Tsongkhapa, crown ornament of the scholars of the Land of the Snows. You are Buddha Shakyamuni and Vajradhara, the source of of all attainments. Avalokiteshvara, the treasury of unobservable compassion. Manjushri, the supreme stainless wisdom. Vajrapani, the destroyer of the horse of Mars. O venerable Guru Buddha, synthesis of all issues, with my body, speech, and mind, respectfully I make request. Please grant your blessings to ripen and liberate myself and others, and bestow the common and supreme attainments. Sankapa, ornament of the scholars of the land of the snows. You are Buddha Shakyamuni and Vajradhara, the source of all attainments. Avalokiteshvara, the treasury of unobservable compassion. Manjushri, the supreme stainless wisdom. And Vajrapani, the destroyer of the horse of Mars. O venerable Guru Buddha, synthesis of all issues, with my body, speech, and mind, respectfully I make request. Please grant your blessings to ripen and liberate myself and others, and bestow the common and supreme
Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful week.